Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Robbie, and you are watching Geek Level Asian. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things that I've watched in the past year, which is Super Sentai Strongest Battle. Just a quick warning, this is going to be spoiler heavy. I'm not going to give away everything, but if you haven't seen it, you might not want to watch it, or it could actually be interesting for you. I don't know. Super Sentai Strongest Battle is a 4-part mini-series that features many of our favorite Sentai characters. It specifically follows 5 fan favorites: Captain Marvelous, Kagura, Takaharu, Yamato, and Stinger. Since it's only 4 episodes, I'm not going to do an episode play-by-play, but I will give a very brief plot synopsis. Our Sentai heroes are invited to planet Nemesis to participate in a tournament to find out who is the strongest of them all. The tournament is held by Rita. No, not that Rita, not Rita Repulsa. This is a new Rita that is specific to this miniseries. I don't think that we're ever going to see her again. And she introduces herself as the protector of the Mobius Connection. And from what she explains, the Mobius Connection happens every 500 years where the planets align and a wish is granted. And that is what you get if you win the tournament. Now, fast forwarding a little bit, we find out that Rita is actually not who she says she is, surprise, surprise, and she intends to steal the wish so that she can summon Ultimate Great Satan. I don't know what it is about Japan, anime, manga, tokusatsu, but it seems that Satan is a very, very common villain in everything. She gives this sob story of why she wants to summon him. She basically just wants to kill everybody. It's not very important. The more important thing that's going on is that we're introduced to another new character who shares a similar armor and suit design as the new Ryusoulgers, and his name is Geysorg. And throughout the first few episodes, we don't know who or what Geysorg is or what he wants. It seems that he just wants to fight. The same way that Captain Marvelous is always looking for treasure, Geysorg is always looking for the strongest person to fight. Okay, and that's the general synopsis. I really don't have to go into any more about that. If you want to watch it, I suggest you watch it, because I don't want to spoil everything. What I'm actually here to talk about are 5 things that I really liked about Super Sentai Strongest Battle. So the first one is that Captain Marvelous is a main character. I'm very glad that they made Captain Marvelous a really big part of the miniseries, because I think that he is one of the strongest leaders in Sentai history. Because many times, and we've been seeing this more and more, we have this silly, naive, innocent Red Ranger that, you know, grows up to be a leader. Captain Marvelous was kind of always a leader. Don't get me wrong, he had his fair share of growth as well, but he was always a leader and the captain of his own ship. He also offsets the dynamic of personalities on our main team of 5 characters. Number 2 would have to be Geysorg, and again, this is gonna be a little spoiler heavy, but Geysorg is a really awesome character, and something that I don't think that we've seen in Sentai. When I try to think about it, I don't think we've seen anything like this. At first, we're trying to figure out the identity of Geysorg. Who is Geysorg, and why does he want to fight our Sentai heroes? And as we're introduced to him more and more, we see that he's stolen somehow some of the skill sets, abilities, and fighting techniques of some of our favorite warriors. Only to find out that when the armor is taken off, it is some of our favorite warriors. So how does that make sense? Geysorg is a sentient armor. Basically, he is the armor, and what he does is he possesses a host, which is why he's always looking for the strongest warrior, because if he's on the strongest host, then he is the strongest. I just thought that that was an interesting concept. I'm glad that he wasn't an actual human or alien or something inside, and he was actually just the armor. I thought that was a really cool idea. And I also really liked that he was reminiscent of the Ryusoulgers. I don't know, we might see him again. Now, the third thing has to do with Captain Marvelous again, and that is the Denji Punch scene. Super Sentai camera angles have been evolving as time has gone on, and we've seen some first-person point of view camera angles, especially I remember in Q Ranger there were a few of those. But in Super Sentai Strongest Battle, there is a shot where we're following behind Captain Marvelous, and he's going really fast. He actually almost looks like the Flash in this scene, and he's dodging all of Geysorg's projectile sword slashes. It's a very cool shot, and one of my favorite ones in Sentai history. There are obviously many other shots that are really great in this entire series, but that's my favorite one. My 4th favorite part about this miniseries is Kagura versus Doggy Kruger. I was a little confused as to what they were going to do with her, because she didn't seem to be part of any of the battles in the first few episodes, but it was great because they did utilize her strongest girl ability where she can convince herself that she's the strongest, so she actually becomes the strongest, mind over matter. And her and Doggy Kruger put up a good show, basically, so that they can lure out Geysorg. So number 5, and this is my favorite one, and I'm probably going to spend more time on this, and that is Captain Marvelous's treasure. So in the first episode, we basically see the Gokaiger team being defeated by Geysorg. But there's one character missing, Gokai Yellow. Luca is nowhere to be found in this scene, but when Geysorg attacks Captain Marvelous, he uses Luca's signature rope-slinging, sword-slashing attack. And as we know now that Geysorg actually is a sentient armor, that was probably Luca inside the armor at that time, but that's besides the point. Throughout the entire miniseries, Captain Marvelous is quiet and keeps to himself like he always does, and he is in search of his treasure. And everyone on the rest of his team, the other four main characters, know that, okay, Captain Marvelous is really only here so that he can get his treasure. And then what we find out is that Luca has been captured, and Captain Marvelous is trying to find her. Now, I'm not trying to assume anything, but they made it, I don't want to say quite clear, but they kind of insinuated that Captain Marvelous's treasure was Luca. And there are a few shots of them kind of bickering back and forth to each other, or at each other, where it seems like they are an item. I know that this stomps on a lot of people's fanfics, because a lot of people think Gokai Red and Gokai Pink should be together. And I know many of you are probably saying, well, Robbie, I think that you're just speculating or you're assuming. There is a part at the end where everything is pretty much said and done. They're probably about to go home, and someone mentions to Marvelous, wait, Marvelous, your treasure. And he looks out into the distance and says, it's fine, or something of that nature. And then it cuts to Luca. So I don't know what's been going on the Gokai Galleon, but that seems to be a thing, and I ship it. Get it? Because the Gokai Galleon is a ship. I'm a loser. I'm sorry. So that's it, everybody. Those are my 5 favorite things about Super Sentai Strongest Battle. I'm really glad that it came out because they haven't really done a lot like this before. Am I wrong? Have there ever been miniseries like this in Super Sentai? If there are, I'd love to watch them. And I don't mean the movies. I know about the movies. If you've already watched Super Sentai Strongest Battle, I would love to know what you liked about it. If you like this video and you want to see more videos about Super Sentai or anything else that I talk about, all these geeky things that I talk about, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to follow me on all of the social media networks. I am on all of them, but I use Facebook and Instagram the most, just being honest. So stay tuned for more Sentai, Tokusatsu, Power Rangers, all of that good stuff, and I will see you next time. May the power protect you.